Hi, this is Laura Whitmore with Acoustic Nation, and today I'm here with Emmalyn Brodsky. How are you?
Hi, I'm fantastic.
We braved the cold to
true.
hang today a little bit.
Officially winter in New York City.
Yeah. Oh, well. Anyway, something happier.
Yeah, exactly.
So you recently released an album, Emmalyn Brodsky Eats Her Feelings.
I do.
Can you tell me a little bit about the album, the title, and the sort of general vibe?
Absolutely. So I released this record at the end of September, and it was a long time coming. My first record was several years before, and I love food. I love food and I love feelings, and I do eat my feelings actively and specifically, each one specifically. And so I called this Emmalyn Brodsky Eats Her Feelings so that everyone could kind of get on board with that idea that indulging in feelings is actually very delicious.
I like the cover with what is it, vegetables?
It's me in a 200 quart stock pot.
Where'd you find that?
I bought it online, and then I returned it. Don't tell Amazon, but it's a very expensive thing. It's not a thing you can really use in your life unless you have, like, I don't know, you're like making hundreds and hundreds of pounds of like crawfish. Crayfish?
Yeah.
Crawfish?
One of those.
One of those. So I bought this huge stock pot and put myself in it.
That's hysterical.
He has a kind of, I sent it to a friend of mine who's like, it's like, what is it, Goat's Head Stew? Goat's Head Soup? I have just forgotten the name of the Stones record. It's a Stones cover with like the head of a goat. And I was like, no. And it's all vegetable, so everyone constantly asks me if I'm vegan. And while I support your vegan lifestyle, I am full blood mouth. Full blood mouth. Yeah.
So on your album, you have interspersed little like voicemail messages, and my favorite one is the one from your grandmother. So I need to know what she wanted to give you, because
everybody wants to know what the gift was. It's coming on the next record.
She talks about that she's so proud of you, and that she wants to give you something, but she doesn't want to tell you what it is because she wants you to call her.
It's the peak of Jewish guilt. It's amazing. It's like, you're so wonderful, but if you'd call me back, I'd give you this thing. I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's like she just like gets that in there at the last moment. My grandmother is a saint and an amazing lady. I'm like, do I want to tell you? Gasp, guffaw. No, it was this gorgeous necklace, this pearl choker that was super vintage. She'd had forever. Was given to her. It's a really beautiful piece of jewelry that is hard to find a place to wear. I wore it to a wedding. I wore it to my roommate's wedding.
That's really neat, though. She felt like she wanted to pass that along to you.
It was a fantastic moment. The whole thing. The voicemails are key. Just like the album title is trying to kind of like give you this idea of indulging in intimacy. So it's kind of my vibe these days. So I put all of these voicemails on there so you could have just this little picture window into the reality of my life, because everybody likes to look at other people's lives, I think.
I thought it was kind of clever. It was a very interesting sort of segue of events.
Yeah, thank you. I had a lot of them. I am a hoarder of voicemail, so it was very hard to get it down, to get it pared down. I have, probably 50 or 60 saved from friends and exes and enemies and family. It's an interesting cross-section.
She could just do a blog of like voicemail from your enemies.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it would be hard to get them to sign off on that. You know what I mean?
You'd be have to say who they are.
Just like mask their voices.
But anyway, let's talk about the music a little bit. Can you tell me a little bit about like the recording process that you went through?
Sure. I recorded this record in my parents' house. I had an awesome guy named Don Fierro who works at the Jalopy Theater a lot, which is a place out in Red Hook. come and make my parents' house into a recording studio. They were gone for the summer to go to Montana, where my mom is from, my favorite place in the world. And so he made my parents' house into a recording studio, and over the course of 9 days, we recorded this record. It was produced by a really old friend of mine named Franz Nicolai, who is super talented and a multi-instrumentalist. So he played piano and accordion and banjo, and then I played uke and sang. Drummer's an amazing guy named John Bollinger. Bassist is a guy named David Kurtz, spelled with 2 U's. You'd think it would be Kurtz, but it's not. It's Kurtz. Took me a long time to learn that, so teaching everybody else. Teachable moment. And Emily Hope Price played cello, who's a dear friend of mine. She's in a band called Pearl and the Beard, and she's playing right now in the pit of Sting's The Last Ship on Broadway. Wow. An amazing, amazing lady. So I had all of these people come up to my parents' house, which is very idyllic in the suburbs. There's a pool, and create this kind of amazing thing. It was really fantastic to bring all these people I've known for such a long time and who've known me through my journey, the journey of life, to make this piece of art that it took me so long to make, that I really wanted to take seriously and put the effort and time into, that I thought it deserved. So that's how it came together.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then it got mixed and mastered by amazing people. It got mixed by Alap Moman, got mastered by Emily Lazar at the Lodge. I don't think I'm missing anybody. If I am, you're brilliant.
And I understand, I don't know what season it was in, but you played in an episode of Girls, right?
I did.
So tell me how that happened.
I have lived in New York a long time, and so pre-Girls, I was really pretty good friends with Lena, who's an awesome, awesome lady. We met at college. It's like I think she went to every single college, because everyone's like, oh yeah, she went to blah. I'm like, no, that wasn't the one. No, it was when she went to, and I'm like, oh. So we met in science class, actually. This amazing teacher, Katayun Shemani. If anybody I could have been a scientist only because of her. Okay, here's the story. So there was a girl I was seeing at the time who was running a club night called Stash, and Lena and I both were in the photos, the like promo shot where everyone got like dressed up and like put on these fake mustaches. It was a bunch of like old club kids and us and some other people, and it was like we were the 2 people who had the most in common in that room, I felt. And we'd met in class before, and then we became friends and hung out a bunch. Like really one of the nicest human beings I've ever met. She is, just as she appears to be, super kind. And then years later, I got a Facebook message from like a casting director I was sure was total BS, and called him, and then he said, are you free next week? And I said, I think I can make the time. So that's how I got on Girls. It was a really fun last-minute thing, and anybody who wants to pay me to play music on television, I'm your girl. Call me.
It's a good clip too. Well, maybe we'll post the video clip up.
It was really fun to do. You know, shooting TV is, why not?
Why not?
If somebody spends 45 minutes doing your hair, I don't do that. I woke up like this.
So tell me about your instrument here and
this is my uke
setup.
Yeah, I have found like a sound that I like. I play this acoustic electric Oscar Schmidt ukulele that I play through a Vox Pathfinder 15R. I put a bunch of reverb on it and the littlest bit of gain possible, and kind of just make it sound a little bit bigger and a little bit spacey, and kind of to get like a little bit of that like girl groupie vibe, so that you just have like a hint of that in your subconscious. You know, I have played the ukulele since I was 18. It's my main instrument, and I taught myself how to write songs on it, because I taught myself how to play music by learning the entire catalog of Stephen Merritt, who is many bands, but he's the Magnetic Fields. Kind of most famously, he's also the Sixth and Future Bible Heroes and a bunch of other stuff. He's brilliant and one of my favorite contemporary songwriters. So I learned all of his songs, and through that, because he writes on the uke a lot, and those songs are really easy to learn, and they're all online. So I taught myself how to play them, and then I started writing from there. And I've always been a word person, so it was kind of easy.
And I understand you have sort of an unorthodox method of playing the ukulele.
I just kind of taught it to myself, so I definitely like use my thumb in the wrong way and do a bunch of different stuff that like I'm sure if you, I mean, I went to Hawaii and like took lessons and was like, yeah, I like my way better. Maybe one day I'll do it. Yeah, exactly. It's about what works for you.
That's right.
You gotta live your truth. You gotta.
So, what do you have coming up?
I'm playing some shows, definitely leading up to South by. I'll be at South by this year and doing some touring leading up to that. I'm very excited about. I just came back from a tour. I have some stuff on the horizon in December and January that's unconfirmed, but still gonna be fun.
And a synchronized swimming video.
Oh, and my video, obviously. Thank you. I'm releasing 2 videos very soon. Clock is ticking at this moment. One is of me and 13 amazing ladies doing synchronized swimming in a pool. It starts with me in that pot that you love so much. And then I submerge into the pot and I re-emerge in this glistening, beautiful pool filled with all of these ladies with, and then do some synchronized swimming with broccoli. There are also maybe some turkeys, there may be a veggie hat, there may be an enormous pretzel. It's hard to say.
We'll have to tune in and find out.
You'll have to tune in. Exactly.
Well, thanks so much.
No problem. Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
And now we want to hear you play something.
Can do.
So stick around.
I will play some songs.